Welcome to Swim Team US. This brief video is going to give you an introduction into some of the main features of Swim Team US that you'll be using pretty much right off the bat. So this is the home page of one of my sites, and you'll notice that the home page has a couple of things here that you'll find on the navigation bar. It's got links, which you can manage through the links page. It's got events, which you manage through the calendar page. And we've got news here in the middle, which you manage through the news page. So the first thing you'll want to do to update any of these areas of the site is to sign in with the username and password that I provided you in the welcome email. So you'll enter your username and address and sign in. Now, if I want to update the news item, let's start there. I'll click on the news page, and then I will select from the actions, create new news item. And it'll open up a form that I can fill out quickly. Welcome to Swim Team US. This is your introduction. Now notice that when I create a new news item, it is going to send an email by default. Of course, you have to have data in the parent directory with email addresses for it to go out. So I'll turn that off for now, and then I'll just save the the news item. So you can see that's saved, and here it is on the news page. Now if you want it to show up on the home page, that's an option as well, and you can use this little icon. Notice that right now it's red. If I click it, it'll turn to green, and then when I go to the home page, it will be there. This is your introduction. Now the next thing I want to talk about quickly is events. So I can go to the calendar page, and on the calendar page I can actually enter regular calendar events or swim meets. Swim meets are nothing more than a specialized calendar event, but similarly to news items, I'll go over here to the add menu and I'll click add a swim meet, and let's just call it meet number 1, and I'm not going to give it a description, but we'll give it a date of tomorrow, and not going to worry about a time right now. Down here I'll fill out the meet information. It is a meet, so that's got to stay checked. Let's call it a home meet. I'm swimming against First Colony, and we'll just leave it at that for now. Again, it's going to send an email out to your parent directory unless you uncheck that. You do have another option to turn that off right before it's sent, so you don't have to worry. And I'll hit save, and you can see now it's been added to the calendar right here, meet number 1. And notice that that will automatically go to the home page as well. Your future events will always go straight to the home page. You can also manage how many events you show on the home page, but we'll talk about that another day. So that's the key features for adding news and calendar events, swim meets to your site, which is the first thing people typically want to do. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is go to the site console. So from your actions menu where you originally logged in, let's click on site console. And when you get here, you'll see you'll be on a landing page where you'll get some information that you can, if I have some notices for you, they'll show up top here. You'll notice that I color them, so if you see a different color, it's probably something new. So I'll have updates here for you from time to time. I also have some sponsors here, and these are companies that I work with in some way, shape, or form that I think could be valuable to you, and so I just think it'll be of interest, and you're welcome to check those out. There usually are multiple sponsors, so you can go from one to the next. This is your subscription area. When you first get your site set up, your subscription is set typically to the free subscription, and you'll have it for a year. At the end of the year, if you want to continue to use the free subscription, you'll just click to renew it, and you'll be off and running. And then at the very bottom, I talk about some of your support options. So what you really want to do, though, once you're kind of used to this page, is you'll go to the console tab here, and this is where all your administrative functions exist, really. Outside of the adding meets and links and news and stuff like that, which is fairly straightforward, here are some of your more advanced features. So it's broken up into 4 areas. So site administration, things like your site security, what your site looks like, navigation, you can change your entire navigation menu. You can add custom pages anywhere on the navigation menu you like, and of course photos and documents. In the team administration area, you can manage your parent directory, which are your user accounts, and your roster registration process, things like that. There's a meet management functionality, Of course, that's some of it's a pay-for feature, so you won't have this icon meet management unless you've upgraded to the Swim Hub subscription. And then at the bottom, we've got some communication activities. So the only ones I'm going to cover today is really security admin, because that's one of the first things you want to do is go to the security admin page. And what you may do is you might add additional administrative users. These are users who will have special access to the site, who can update the news and update your swim meets and update the site in other ways, unlike your parents who can really only log in and just see the information. So to add an administrative user, you would just hit add new user, type in their email address, and once you do that and you save it, down here, save it, they will log in with this email address and this default password, which upon login, they will be able to change to their own personal password. Now below that, down here is where you secure the site, which is also very important. And by default, it's usually, I don't know if I set security by default, but you'll want to set it to user security, which means every user to the site, to get to the secure areas, not the home page, but the secure areas like the roster and the photos and the results, you'll want to have user security set up, and you'll want to set a default password. And if you don't think that's secure enough and you want to make sure that people change their password, you'll want to check here. Once you've done that, you can click save, and your site will be set up for security, and you'll have some new administrative users. Now, the only other thing I want to cover is there is some help available on the site for you. And if you go back to the Actions tab up here in the upper right-hand corner, notice there's a help site. So I'm going to click on that. And notice also that there is a YouTube help videos site. Okay, so this actually brings you to my channel, and it will have several videos that you can watch about the site. It's not going very fast right now. So I currently have about, I don't know, 30 to 40 videos loaded about all different areas of the site. It's not completely comprehensive, but it is good. It kind of helps you move around the site a good bit. The help site looks like this. And if you have a question about emailing, you can search on email, hit go, and you'll be presented with several options, information about various types of emails, email groups, emailing from the site, how do I know they were sent, etc., etc. And so that's very helpful so that you can learn some more about the site. Okay. And finally, shameless plug, also on the Actions menu is my Facebook site. And I do put things on the site that are potentially useful, updates to the site, new features and things like that. But I also like to put fun swim stuff out there too. I like to follow swimming at all levels, from summer league to high school and college, and of course Olympics as well. And so I'll always post some things out here that might be of interest to you. And so I'd love it if you came out here and liked the page. And that's it for now. There's a lot more to learn on the site, and I encourage you to explore and learn for yourself. But I never want you to get frustrated either. If you ever have any frustrations with the site, I'd rather you get in touch with us first rather than to continue to bang your head against the wall. So please don't ever hesitate to ask how to do something on the site. We are here to help you, and we'd be more than happy to assist you in anything you need to do with the site. So thank you very much for giving Swim Team US an opportunity to serve your team. We look forward to working with you, and we're very excited about the opportunity to work with you. And again, we hope you enjoy the use of the site, and more importantly, we hope you and your kids enjoy swimming. Thank you.